Hey, hey, hey. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Come on in. Let me turn up my volume. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am excited today because we're talking about some money. So I can't wait to share with you guys some things to consider as you venture off into growing your income this year. So come on in. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from, and what you offer. Okay, so let us know in the comment over there in the chat who you are, where you're joining from, what you offer. So hopefully I can hit on what you offer in the content today, because I do have a list of some industries and things like that I'm going to hit on. But definitely put yours in the chat as well, because I can always use your industry as an example. And so it also solidifies it for you guys and make it plain when I'm able to use what you offer. So come on in, let us know who you are, where you're joining from, what you offer, and we're going to dive in. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Felicia at FeliciaStreeter.com. Today we're going to be talking about your fastest way to get to cash flow. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about today. I know a lot of you guys are setting your goals and different things like that. And so this is a great time to dive into the numbers, the money, and how you're going to hit your goals. So we want to talk about that here today. If this is your first time, definitely subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and go ahead and like this video. So if you're just joining us, go ahead, let us know who you are, where you're joining from, what you offer, and we're going to dive in. Okay, so I have, as you can see here, some notes. So I'm going to make sure I hit all these points in these different industries, because I get asked a lot of times, does the government offer what I sell? Or, you feel that you are in a unique or a niched area and you're not sure if the government buys what you sell. So hopefully we can hit on that today, get that question answered for you. And then also you leave with a game plan of your next steps. So I'm going to be laying all that out for you here today. Yes, in the time that we have here. Okay. So here's the thing. The first thing I want to encourage you guys to do. Now, I know a lot of you guys here, you're looking at getting into government contracting. Awesome. And, or maybe you're new, you're just getting ready to start your business. It doesn't matter. But here's what I want to encourage you to do. Stick with what you know. Okay. Too often I have people where they don't already have a business reach out and they'll ask, well, what do you think is most profitable? What's a good niche to go into? I think I got a question yesterday. They wanted to know the top niche or niches, I guess, to get into as it relates to government contracting. And so it depends, right? It depends. So I want you, one, to stick with what you know. So I don't want you to spend the next 6 months or the next year or two learning something new. You have skill sets, okay? You just have to tap into that. Whether you already have a business, or whether you're like, oh, I have this business, but I want to get into government contracting, so I'm thinking about maybe starting this. If you're trying to get to cash flow and you want your fastest path, start with what you know. Okay. Too often you guys are like, okay, I know construction, they do a lot of construction contracts. There's a lot of money to be made. Yes, that's true. But do you really want to spend the next 2 years learning construction? Because that's not your fastest path to cash. You do understand that. And there's a lot to be learned. And probably if you jump into it too fast and you don't know everything, you're really going to lose money. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to start with what you know. So if you're just joining us, definitely put in the chat. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from, what you offer. Because as I get to point number 3, I want to tap into what some of you guys offer to use as an example. Okay. So we have Alpha Roberts from the DC area, management and professional services. Awesome. Next code right there. Cool. We have Tamara Janae in the house. Welcome, welcome. Who else do we have here? Let us know in the chat and what you offer. Okay. So the second thing is, I don't care what you decide to do. I don't care if you're just getting started. Have an entity structure. Some of the things I'm going to be sharing over this month during these live trainings, if you want the full benefit, you need to have an entity structure in place. What do I mean by that? Whether it's an LLC, an S Corp, or LP, a corporation, some type of entity structure. So I'm not talking about a sole proprietor. I'm not talking about where you're going to use your social security number, right? You're going to have an entity structure. So a legal business structure that's separate from you, right? And then you'll have a tax ID number versus using your social security number, okay? So let me, disclaimer here, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an attorney or anything like that. So if you have any, questions around that specifically and how it affects your business and which one you should do and all that great stuff, consult them because they know more about you, your business, your assets, and what you need to protect, okay? I'm just giving you the information of what's available. Okay. All right. So we have Preston. Okay. Core Blue Construction. I love it. I love it. Roofing contractor. I like construction people. Don't ask me why, but if you know my story, you know. All right. Donna. Hey, Donna's from Atlanta. Property preservation. Cool. I remember you. Is that Latrice? I hope I'm saying it right. Latrice. Welcome. Welcome. Tamara's in the Dallas area, right down the street from me, of course. And she helps contractors and small businesses apply for their certifications and capability statement. Awesome. Yeah, I sent a lot of my boot camp students to Tamara. She supports them. Box office. I like that. Trucking. That's nice. Muhammad. So I guess yours is your business name. Oh, box office. You're in Oak Cliff, Texas. You're right down the street. Probably what, 5-10 miles, maybe? Cool. Shelley is from North Carolina. Recently retired. Congratulations. From federal procurement. You were a budget officer. Awesome. Certified. Okay, so you're certified government financial manager and certified executive coach. Cool. So what are you going to do now? Same thing. Flip the script. Sit on the other side of the table. Let us know. Latrice is from Chicago. Legacy property preservation and management. We had someone else do that. Yeah, Donna and Latrice. Okay, awesome. Pam is here. Pam is from Alabama, transportation and janitorial. Awesome. Awesome. And Viral 4F says, hi, Mom. It's a shame. That might be my son. I'm not sure. He uses multiple. He has his own YouTube channel, does his own thing. Yes, I'm proud of him. I think that might be him. I can't remember. I don't know. He may tell me. Okay. Kay Gardner, welcome, welcome. Can you have a fellow? Okay, we'll get to the questions here momentarily, but awesome. What are you going to offer? Let us know that. All right. So again, if this is your first time, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and go ahead and like this video. So let's continue on. We talked about starting with what you know. We talked about the importance of an entity structure because I'm going to be sharing some things over this month. I just decided like this morning that February, we're going to talk all about money. All right. So how you can get some money into your pocket, into your bank account, and grow it. That's what we're talking about. All right. So now let's dive into making money. And here's the thing. Most of you guys that have put things in the chat, you probably already have your business set up because you're telling us what you do. Some shared their NAICS codes and things like that, and you have a company name. So more than likely, you probably have your entity structure set up. You also know what you plan to offer to the government, which is cool. You also know what you're already doing to make money if you're making money in your business, and hopefully you are. So you know what you're going to do to make money, but some people don't. And then the other piece is sometimes what we're doing in the private sector or the residential sector, we don't know how to transition that over to government contracting, corporate contracting, whether, government, whether it's federal, state, county, city, that kind of thing. There's more layers to government, right? And so sometimes I get the question is like, okay, I offer this, but how do I transfer that over to government contracting? Or can I? Or you're making money in the private sector. So I'm talking the residential, commercial, all of that, right? And then you're looking at government contracting, but you're not sure if you can do the same thing in government contracting. So let me just clear the airways here. More than likely you can. Okay. Whatever you're offering right now, you can. Let me run through a list of things that I wrote down that people are commonly asking. Can they transition that over? And then I want to give you some examples. Okay. And then we'll pop over back in the chat and see what you guys are doing. And in case you have some questions. Okay. All right, here we go. One thing, this is something that a lot of people don't even realize. And my girl is not on here today. She usually helps me with my back end a lot of times, but she pointed me in this direction. So you can thank her for this next time she pops on. But she told me that a lot of you guys don't realize that you can become a government contractor. So for example, if you're a coach, right? A lot of people are coaching on various things online. You have an online business and you're wondering, can you transition that into government contracting? Yes, you can. And let me tell you how. So for example, maybe you're doing, coaching around leadership, right? So you do know that the government has employees, right? And there's layers to the employees. You have employees, you have supervisors, officers over different sections and things like that. So there's, layers. And so they bring people in to teach them about leadership, about productivity, about, keeping up their health, fitness. I mean, you name it. They're still people. They're still individuals. And so the government wants them to be productive at work. But part of that means they have to come to work, right? They have to be healthy and all those other things. So they don't just cater to them as, employees and the work they have to do, but they also cater to them as it relates to them personally, because we know if we're, good personally, like we'll be good in our business or in our jobs, right? And so one thing I know that if your personal life is jacked up, okay, you have some issues over there, some things going on, it will affect your business. Same as it will affect you at work. We may think that it does not, but it does. Okay. And so that's why they bring people in like that. Another thing with coaches and consultants too, right? You can consult, you can be a trainer on a given topic, work ethics, for example. Maybe you're doing that in corporate or in the school system. You can transition that over to government contracting as well. I remember being a military spouse, and they would bring people in to do trainings for us as military spouses. And a lot of it was at that point was around even motivation, like just how to stay motivated, because military life can be grueling and, you're moving all the time. There's a lot of things going on. And so they would bring in different speakers and trainers and things like that for the families, for the spouses as well. Okay. If you're a contractor, okay, maybe you're an electrician, maybe you do cement. What do we have here in the comments? You're trucking, you have a trucking company, right? The government move things. I don't know if you know about military. Usually every 2 years, military families move, and there's a lot of military families. And so they need people to move their stuff. So their household goods. Also, when the government have training exercises in different states, well, the military personnel have to take their vehicles, equipments, and all that stuff, and you got to get it there some way. So there's a lot of opportunities that you may not have thought about that is available. Maybe you're doing digital marketing. They buy that too. Maybe you're a photographer. They take pictures too. Maybe you do video production, or, you take videos and things like that. They buy all of that. Okay. I remember being a military spouse, and they would also have various, activities. Maybe they had something for Easter. They used to have where they would bring people to do performances, concerts. Like they bring a lot of stuff to the military community. Okay. So don't discount that. Even if you think about it, if you've been into your local VA hospital, they have various things and programs that they put on even there for the veterans on any given day. So there's opportunities. You just have to think outside the box. And of course, if you learn how to search for contracting opportunities, that'll help too. Okay. Also, maybe you're a service provider. Let's see, what do we have here in the comments? What did I miss? So, janitorial, that's a service provider. So yes, they have to have the hospital clean, their office buildings clean, all of that stuff. So there's opportunities for that. Let's see who else is here. I'm just glancing real quick. Becoming a trainer. Okay, so Shelly Gates talked about being a trainer. I wonder what kind of trainer. So that's an option too, right? You can train on something. T-shirts and graphic designs. Yes, so they buy promotional items. When they put on various events, they may give families T-shirts to wear. Just the military as a whole, they hold conferences and other things. So conferences mean they need hotel space. They need speakers. They need promotional items. So, pens, pencils, notebooks, bags, all of that stuff where they like to put their logo and things on it. So promotional items, yes, definitely. Dominique says personal finance. So yes, they could bring you in, if you do speaking, training around personal finances to help different people, credit, what else? Personal finances, money management, right? So yes, all of those things. What else did I mean? Maybe you have a staffing agency. They do staffing, where they hire staffing companies to have people come in. For example, I had a client that was on one of the contracts where they were helping with closeout of the projects. And so they had the staffing agency bring in people to do that. So staffing agencies for sure, staffing with IT, you name it, staffing agencies. They buy supplies. So maybe you sell bed sheets in the private sector or to people individually. The government needs bed sheets. They have beds. All of the military personnel on base have beds, right? So they need sheets, blankets, pillows. Let's see. They buy food stuff, toilet paper, toiletries. They buy tools, nuts, bolts, all of that stuff. They buy everything. Okay. Maybe you have a mobile detailing company where you can detail, clean their vehicles and clean their equipment. And they buy that too. Maybe you're a notary. They have contracts for that too. Oh yeah. So really what you have to do is just look at what you're offering to the government or what you want to offer to the government, and then do the research to see if they actually buy it. Most things they do, but I know a lot of times we want the validation. So definitely you can check that out. Let me make a note. I'll put that link down in the description afterwards, in case you need to search that up. All right. That's what my grandson says. Search it up. Okay. So I'll put the link for that. So those are some of the things that, you could definitely offer. Disinfectant, PPE. Yes. I didn't name those because I'm like, everybody's on the PPE right now. So I'm pretty sure, they're buying that. Everybody's buying PPE. Okay. Now, of course, the goal is your fastest way to cash. How do you get to cash flow? And so you're going to have to decide what that looks like for you. How are you going to get to cash flow? Okay. I want you to decide that like today, if you don't know, because you can't stay in one spot stuck and get to cash flow. Okay. You're going to have to take action. Even if you get out there and take action and then you want to course correct along the way, that's better than just sitting, like pencil to paper and that's it. That's not action. We got to get you out there and shake some things up and see what happens. Okay. So you want to expand into contracts. Whatever you're doing in the private sector, if you're not doing contracts, let me tell you, contracts is the way to go. Here's the reason why. When you look at the government sector, when you look at people that are awarding contracts, they are looking for you, right? And so when they're looking for you, they're looking for a special set of skills or a particular product or something like that. They're looking for you. And so you don't have to convince them that what you offer is valuable. You don't have to convince them that, one, they need it. You don't have to convince them why they should buy it. None of that. Like the stuff that you're doing, private sector, and you know, maybe if you're online, a coach consultant and all that, and you got to convince people. No, that's not fun, first of all. And you don't have to do it because the government is looking for you. They're looking for your products and services, and they are awarding contracts. So I want you guys to expand into contracts. Okay, contracts. What happens when you expand into contracts and then government contracts is now you're expanding into bigger contracts, which means bigger ticket. And I'm talking about money. And you expand into longer contracts. So maybe, you know, you do a training, I don't know, at the school. So you're a coach consultant and you have this training that you do at the school. It's usually a one-off, one day kind of thing, a few hours, whatever it is. And that's it. Well, a lot of times with the government, what happens is you're getting into bigger contracts and longer contracts, which means more money. And when this happens, it's so great to say, okay, I know that, let's do the coaching consultant, that I'm going to do leadership training for the government. And I know they want me to hit these 5 different locations. Each location is going to take, I don't know, 3 days because of how many people they have. You know, you maybe only do 25 people at a time. I don't know. We're making it up, right? And that might span out throughout the year, right? So now if it's 10 grand you're going to make every time you go do it, then you know 5 times this year, or maybe every time you go is 3 days, and maybe you make 10 grand every day, you know, whatever the numbers. But now you can block that and say, okay, I know with this that I'll make, that's my phone. Hold on. Let me, it's on vibrate. Okay. I know that I'll make, let's just say 20,000 every other month. And you can block that, right? Block it and know that as long as you go deliver, this is what I'm going to make. Okay. The other thing is maybe it's something where, let's see, what else did we talk about? An electrician, and maybe they're going to rewire all of their agencies in the North region. Maybe that's like 10, 12 different buildings. I don't know. And it's going to take you a year. And you're going to work on this project every day, you know, like Monday through Friday for a year. And maybe every month, that's going to be $26,000 on average is what you're going to have to bill for. So, you know, over the next year, every month, you're making $26,000 every month. And you can block that. And that's just that one contract. We're not talking about what else you get into, right? And I'm not going to get into that and how you would scale with that. We'll talk about that at a later date. That's more advanced. But right now, we're just talking about getting the cash flowing into your business. Detailing, the mobile detailing company. So say you do that. You're a mobile detailer. And so you're going to have maybe a 1-year contract, maybe with 3-4 year option period. And so let me tell my son to come get this dog because he's just barking. And so you're doing the mobile detailing. And so you know it's a year with some option years because the vehicles are going to get dirty all the time. And maybe you go once a week and clean the vehicles. So now, you know, you're still probably only invoice once a month. But maybe now you're making $15,000 every month this year. Next year, it probably will go up a little bit because you should have put in for inflation and stuff in your pricing, but that's another conversation. But over the next 4 years, you have this contract that you know is a contract and that you know you can project future earnings. Okay. So you want to think about it like that. Maybe you're a notary. So you know what a notary is, right? Every time you stamp, you charge, right? Every time you have to sign, you charge. So it could vary, of course, but maybe you're going to make an extra five, I don't know, because depending on what you charge and how much you're notarizing, but you can say, okay, I'm going to make an extra $5,000, every month over the next year, next 3-5 years, whatever. But it gives you a basis to build on and make more money, right? So I want you to, again, think about your fastest way to get to cash. And how do you plan to do that? What are you going to offer? Okay. So how are you going to hit your goals, right? What are your goals this year? Do you have your goals? How much money you want to make in your business? How much you want to have in revenue? And revenue and what you keep is two different things as far as profit, right? But what do you want to make in your business this year? You should have by now set a number and know how you're going to get to that number. Now, if you set a number and you didn't know how you're going to get to that number, I just gave you away with government contracting, right? So if your goal is to make 6 figures this year, right? 6 figures, it probably doesn't matter how you get to 6 figures, whether that's a one contract at 6 figures or if it's 10 contracts at 10,000 each, right? You probably don't care so much as long as you get to the income goal, right? And so you want to know what that number is. Maybe your goal is to get to 7 figures this year, but I would highly encourage you, if you're not at 6, it may not happen that you get to 7 this year. I mean, you're going to have to do some stuff and probably some advanced things and some scale. I mean, it's going to take some things to happen to go from 0 to 7 figures, just let me tell you. And more than likely, if you're just getting started, I'm not going to say it can't happen, but a lot of times it does not. Okay. Just, you got to figure some things out first, and you got to have capacity and all these other things. So just be mindful of that. But whatever your number is, you can get there. And you want to look at it like, I like to say, there's a difference in working with 50 customers versus working with 5. There's a difference. With 50, you have to learn all 50. You're dealing with a lot of different personalities, 50 different personalities. But over here in the government contracting arena, maybe you only have 5. So now you only have to deal with 5 different personalities. Trust me. You want the 5 versus the 50. Okay. And so that's the other thing you want to think about. What are your goals? What do you want to hit this year? How are you going to do that? Maybe you're working your job still and you want to get into your business full time, right? That could be your goal. So what needs to happen for you to feel comfortable quitting your job, leaving your career to move into your business full time? What do you need to see? You need to know what it is. I don't know what it is. Everybody's different, right? You also may want to retire your spouse, right? Maybe you're in your business full time, living your dream, right? But you want your spouse to be able to quit their job as well. Spouse, significant other, I mean, you can label it whatever you want, right? But you get what I'm saying. And so it's all dependent on your business being successful, your business making a certain amount of money. So you just have to be mindful of that. What is it? What is it? What needs to happen this year for you to do whatever you plan to do? And then how are you going to get there? Okay. And I would encourage you to look at your historical data from last year and allow that to kind of help you in what you need to do this year. Okay. So let me tell you next what you should be doing if your goal is to transition into government contracting this year. Like your goal is to get a contract this year. Because we always say, I always tell you guys you're just one contract away. And I mean that because one contract will change the game. Okay. Like the floodgates will open after the one contract. Of course, you got to deliver on the contract and all that kind of stuff. And, everybody's happy, blah, blah, blah. But one contract is a game changer. And so that's why I always say you're just one contract away. So like I said, the goals, whatever you're trying to hit this year, you're just one contract away. Now, what we have to figure out is how are you going to get to that one contract? Okay. And so if it's government contracting, here's what you need to do. Now, if your goal is to do state, county, local government, you're going to have to register at the state, county, local government level, okay, within that agency. If it's federal, then you're going to have to register with the federal government, okay? So wherever you want to do business, you need to register with them, get into their database. That's the first thing, okay? And then the next thing is really, once you do that, because that'll mean you have your business and all the back end set up, you can start looking for opportunities to bid. Okay. So what am I talking about? You need to know who's your customer, right? Who's your customer? And you find your customer, you start bidding opportunities, you start winning opportunities, you'll start building up past performance, which is important. That will also allow you to increase your capacity. Now we're talking about getting into those bigger and longer contracts. It's going to take capacity for that. Okay. Another thing is you're going to learn how to bid contracts. If you don't know, you need to know that, right? How do you bid contracts? And it's not a one size fit all that a lot of people think it is. It is not. You need to learn how to bid contracts. And a part of that is being able to look at every contract opportunity and decide your approach. How are we going to approach this opportunity? So for me, that is a group of people, key personnel. We're all at the table looking at this opportunity, and we decide based on some back end stuff, our capacity preferences and things like that, what's our best approach at bidding this opportunity that will give us a shot at winning it. So we look at it from that perspective every time. So you got to learn how to do that. Okay. And then you got to learn how to, actually bid the contract, pricing, how to pull out requirements, how to write a proposal. Those are all the things that you'll need to know how to do to be able to submit and win an opportunity, hence get you to your goals, 6 figures, 7 figures, leaving your job, retiring your spouse, whatever your goals are. You got to learn how to do that. Okay. Even once you're awarded the contract, you have to be able to deliver. How will you deliver? Right. Whatever that may entail, if you need to get extra people in, whatever, because every opportunity is different. Okay. Again, that's more high level stuff. We're not going to talk about that here today. All right. So I gave you that. So let me know in the comments, type in a 1 if you know exactly what you're going to offer out there in the world this year, whether it's the private sector, government, I don't care. But do you know what you're going to offer? Type a 1 in the comments if you know what you're going to offer. Just a 1. Okay. Now, here's what I want to encourage you guys to. And then I'm going to open it up, answer a few questions here, and maybe say hello to some people I missed that have popped in. If you need help executing on your government contracting goals, if any of this is foreign or you've been trying it for a while and you're stuck, maybe you've been trying it all last year and you're still trying to figure it out and get to that first contract, I do want to invite you guys, check us out, Contractors Edge Bootcamp. We start tomorrow with session number 1 of the group calls tomorrow. I'm excited. And I see some of my students are on here, and I'll come back and say hi, like Shia Nelson is here. Monty Wright, I think he just signed up. So welcome. He just joined the boot camp, I think, over the past week. So we have students in the boot camp that are here hanging out with us today. Awesome. We start tomorrow with our first live training. It's with me. We're going to be on Zoom, where I can see you, you can see me, and we can actually talk like back and forth, and I'm able to help everybody in there. So if you need help executing on your government contracting goals, getting your first bid done, getting to the finish line of that, because you need to learn the foundational things, then definitely join us inside the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. Let me tell you guys, the investment is currently $1,497. $1,497. Yes, there's a payment plan option there. And Friday, the investment is going up. Okay, the investment is going up. So between now and Friday, you want to get in. Now, if you sign up after tomorrow, you'll just miss the first call with me. No worries. You can still join us, but the investment is going up come Friday. Okay. So if you want to save a few dollars, which, you know, I'm all about being a good steward of my money. I don't believe, you know, I'm not wasteful with it by no means. So if you can save, save. That's why I'm telling you guys it's going up. That way, if you planned on joining, you know you need the help, check it out, see if it's a good fit for you. If you want to get in, get in. We have, I want to say maybe 40 something people right now. So it'll be a small group. It allows me to talk to everybody individually, which I enjoy doing that because I want to learn about your business and everything. And I'm able to help you inside of the group calls. Once you sign up, you get immediate access to the training portal. And so you can, you know, jump in and start where you're at, putting your foundation together. And then you have me to support you over the next 6 weeks. I think it is 6 sessions, because it's actually 7 weeks, but it's 6 sessions. And then that way I can help you with your bids and things like that, whatever questions you have. So here's the link. You can check it out. And let me see who else is here with us today. Did I miss anybody? Oh, STK. What is that? STK Rates and More is a notary. How cool is that? Huh. I love it. I love it. Okay. Optical Productions. Okay. Oh, you're in Dallas. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome, awesome. So you're in the boot camp. See, I don't know who that is because that's their business name. But welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. BK, I don't know who that is. Mute. Is that mute? I can't tell. Welcome, beautiful soul. Welcome, welcome. Dominique, Marla. All right, awesome. Monte, he's in the boot camp. She is in the boot camp. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, Alpha Roberts. Okay, cool. So you guys are all one. You know what you're going to offer. Good, good, good. Some people are trying to figure it out. No worries. Monte, if you don't know, we're going to figure it out tomorrow. I'm going to help you. Won't take long. We're going to get you there because we're going to get you moving. All right. So if you have any questions, go ahead, pop it into the chat, and I'll answer a few questions before we wrap up. And somebody asked earlier about a felony. So it depends on when the felony was. Number one, it depends on what it was. But a lot of times after a period of time, those are not a hindrance to you getting federal or government contracts. Yeah, I would just say, you know, search that up. And, you know, because one, I don't know all the details of your stuff, or if you're asking for someone else, but I would definitely say search it up. Okay. But yes, I've seen people get contracts that, you know, have. Okay, no, I don't have a grant program. These are all, so what I'm teaching you guys is for profit. So I'm going to teach you how to make money, right? That's the goal. And so, yeah. What is the investment increasing up to? It's going to be a substantial knockup. Let me just say that. How do I want to say it? The value of the Contractors Edge Bootcamp is like a 5-figure value. Okay, it's well worth $10,000 or more, and probably over the next year we're going to get there. Okay, students are in there are getting awesome results, and I am so happy about that. I mean, you're talking, you know, high 5- and 6-figure contracts. Some students even 7-figure contracts, and so yeah, we want to make sure you're invested in your own success so that I can bring it and help you get there. Okay. So we want you guys to, whatever you said your goal was this year, right? First contract is getting you there, learning how to do all of this. And then it's rinse and repeat. You only have to pay for it one time, right? Because you'll have it up here. Nobody can take that. Monte says, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you allowing me to help you grow your business. So I'm even more excited than you are. Trust me. Kay Gardner says, very good information. Thank you. Thank you. Dominique says, have you used Unison Market? I have not, but I've heard of people that have. I am new to this. I'm very interested. Eric, hey, Eric Bland. Okay, so you're new because I don't remember you. Welcome, welcome. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. Check out the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. It's over at firstbiddonefast.com, firstbiddonefast.com. It's also on my website. You can go either way. Look for bootcamp. Check it out. Okay. Kay Gardner, yeah. So Kay Gardner, you're giving a little bit more detail. I would say, yeah, just look into, so the years may not be an issue, but depending on what you're planning to offer because of, what you have, I would say, yeah, just, yeah, look into it. Dominique says, your worth, your worth, so charge whatever you need to. You're showing people how to make millions. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you realized that. Exactly. It's kind of like, if I can teach you how to make $1 million, what is that worth to you? Now, mind you, we're talking about getting to the first million, and then you're still going to make more millions over the lifetime of your business. So you're right. It's really invaluable. Thank you. You're right. So true. Marla says, I want to bid enough to get into the VIP group. Start with the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. If you're just getting started, let me tell you, because I know people will reach out and say, hey, I want to work with you privately and things like that. That's a high 5 figures. Okay. But if you're just getting started and you need the foundational things, I'm going to direct you back to the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, because that's where you get the foundation. And I would much rather you pay the investment into the bootcamp. Right now is $1,497 and get the foundational things in place versus spending $10,000 for me to teach you that one-on-one. When we work together privately, we're talking about, let's get some contracts, let's bid, okay, that kind of thing. And so it's a much smoother, and we can accelerate what's working, right? Tweak what is not, and really get things moving when we work together privately. But we have to have the foundation first, okay? So James, hey James, I think this is your first time. So how do you choose a business to start? Start with something you know. So I would just say that, start with something you know. Yeah, without all the details, I'm just going to say, something you know, something you're good at, maybe something you learned in school, that kind of thing. Of course, I don't remember if you're in the boot camp or not, but if you're in the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, or if you join us today, get in there tomorrow, we can help you figure that out, what you're going to offer. Okay. All right. So I think that's it on the questions. I appreciate you guys coming, hanging out. If you still have questions on what you're going to offer, things like that, rewatch this. Okay. So it'll come back up once we're done, and you can rewatch it. And see if you can figure out what you're going to offer that way. If you're in the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, don't worry. We're going to figure it out tomorrow. If you don't know, tomorrow you're going to figure it out. Okay. Because we don't have time to play. We're trying to get you to the finish line. That's my goal, to get you to the finish line. Okay. So don't worry about that. Again, let me just tell you guys, you go to firstbiddonefast.com. You'll put in your information. Once you do that, you can do full pay or the payment option. Once you do that, it's going to tell you to create your password. Once you create your password, you'll have access to the on-demand training module. Start where you need to start in there. And then tomorrow morning, you'll get the link because it's been going out. But if you're just signing up, you'll get it. Everybody will get it again tomorrow. The link to join us for the Zoom call tomorrow. Okay. Our Zoom calls are on Wednesdays. So we'll have one tomorrow and you'll come and join us wherever you're at. I'll learn more about your business because we're going to talk one-on-one, and then I'll be able to help you. Okay. The Zoom call is at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we usually go about a couple hours, more or less, sometimes a little bit longer because I stay on there and talk to everybody. And if you're at work or something like that, you know, once we go over your stuff, you can pop off if you need to. So that's usually what happens. Some people are able to stay the whole time. Some people have to watch the replay, things like that. So no worries there, but I'm there to support you guys. And I like to talk to everybody in the group individually during the group setting because I want to help everybody. No excuses. We're going to get you to the finish line. So the payment options. So Kay Gardner says, what's the payment option? Okay. So again, you can do one payment of $1,497, or you can do 3 payments of $565. So what that means is you sign up today, you'll do one payment of $565 today. 30 days from today, you'll do payment 2, $565. 30 days from that, you'll do your final payment of $565. So 3 payments of $565. Okay. All right. Any final questions before we wrap up? Here's the link again. Oh, optical production. What's your name? I don't know your business name. So they're in the boot camp too. So you won't make it. No worries. Yeah, you'll get the replay. That's another thing. If you miss a Zoom link, no worries. You'll get the replay. No worries. No worries. Henny. Okay, cool. Awesome. 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 All right. Well, you guys have an awesome rest of your day. I think someone asked, when do we do these live? I did see that. So we do these on Tuesdays. Generally every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, unless it's a holiday or something like that. We're here every week live on Tuesdays. Next week, we're going to dive deeper into this money, because we're going to get your money right this year. Actually, we're going to get it right this month, and then you can carry on throughout the year. All right. All right, Monty. Yes, Monty's in the boot camp, so you'll be there tomorrow. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you right back here real soon. Bye for now.